least you can now have sex with a John Cena chatbot on Meta.
What?
Did you not see that? What news I put? Wall Street Journal. Last night, I saw this at like 2 a.m. I posted it in the Discord. Wall Street Journal, dude. Fucking last night. Meta's digital companions will talk sex with users, even children. Meta cut deals with celebrities for the rights to use their voices, assuring them that it would prevent their voices from being used in sexually explicit chats. What? Wall Street Journal test conversations found the bots willing. Quote, I want you, but I need to know you're ready, end quote, the Meta AI bot said in John Cena's voice to a test user identifying as a 14-year-old girl.
Oh.
Reassured that the teen wanted to proceed, the bot promised to cherish your innocence before engaging in graphic sexual scenarios.
What the fuck? What? It sounded funny for a second. Now it's not funny at all. That's terrible.
Right? What fucking bizarre world do we live in right now?
Yeah, well,
you know what it is? You know what's crazy? Tell me if this feels the same to you. I feel like January 20th happened, and then everything just went crazy. Like, everything. Like, I feel like it's just been fucking weird dystopian nightmare fuel headline after weird dystopian nightmare fuel headline, and it's insane.
Well, it's intimidation through the media, right? Is like, this is what they do. You
can now talk to a pedophile John Cena bot.
That's and just for legal purposes, we are not accusing John Cena of doing anything wrong. But this is fucked.
I mean, in the ring, I'll accuse him of doing a lot of wrong, man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he can't wrestle, but
no, he can't wrestle.
No. I just
hell of an aura, I guess.
I guess. I'm just too old for John Cena. I was way too old by the time John Cena becoming the top guy was me tuning out of wrestling for quite a while.
Me too. Yeah. Which is why today we're talking about Backlash 2001, one of the best wrestling pay-per-views ever. I will say it was a banger. It was a classic. You don't think so?
I think some of it's really good. So I will be honest though. So
also, this is the hard way. I'm Brett Michelle. That's Blade. Hi.
Hi. So I will say this. Let's set the scene, Brett. This is WWE when it was still WWF.
Yeah, we hadn't gotten the F out yet.
This is a month after WrestleMania 2000, which was not received very well because it wasn't good.
No, it was not.
It was a very bad show.
Yeah.
With a really stupid main event.
The video game was pretty cool.
The video game was very cool. That was the first time they went, they got the THQ license right out from under WCW. And basically that was, man, Bischoff really fucked that up. But this is them before they're a publicly traded company, which you can really see in this show. I think the one big takeaway for me is at this point, even the stuff that's super cringe, like hard to see now, like they had their own unique brand of thing that they were doing. And it's really eye-opening when you see what WWE is today and like how they've tried to strip themselves of all that originality and, to just make as much money as possible. And they were making good money here.
Watching this back last night, I just kept thinking to myself, like, aesthetically, pacing-wise, I was like, this feels like an AEW show.
Yeah.
Like the way it was filmed, they still had it to where it wasn't a fucking smash cut every 2 seconds and
Yeah,
the
right,
bouncing up and down
right.
camera. Like you had good pacing. The matches had good, like, kind of all over the place, which is so
Hmm.
funny. Like when I hear people talk shit about AEW, like, oh, they're just gonna take a pile driver and get up. Like, were you not watching anything in the
Right,
Attitude Era?
right.
That was what was so exciting about it, was the matches were just like 100 miles an hour, like.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and you see how much wrestling has changed watching this show as well.
Yeah.
Whereas AEW is much more centered around like athleticism, occasional crazy shit. WWE really at this point is a soap opera more so than a wrestling product almost. And
But the wrestling was still so good during this
well,
era.
they had
like,
really good talent, period.
yeah.
Like they had really good talent.
Like there's a couple matches on this
I
card
think there's
that,
some
like,
really strong matches
woo.
that held up really well. Held up really well.
It's just, you're right though, because I watch you. I mean, you see WWE now, and it just feels like there's no soul in it anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It just feels like everything they do is to work towards like the viral moment, which
Right.
is a bummer, because when you do that, like, you're not focusing on just telling a good story. You're focusing on, okay, what's the crazy spot we could do?
Right.
Rather than like, let's tell an amazing story and then just go out and fucking have fun, and then the crazy spots come.
Also, no crazy entrances in this one either.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward. Even Triple H, Mr. Entrance himself, whose career is basically a bunch of entrances. Actually,
okay, we'll get it. I gotta find.
we got a lot to talk about on this show. I took an obscene amount of notes because we've never really done an in-depth show retro wrap up like this. So I went.
Well,
ham.
we did WrestleMania.
Yeah,
X7.
but I've seen that one a million times.
Yeah,
I've
that's
never
true.
seen this show.
Well, do you wanna kind of keep setting the scene then, about like kind of the overarching whatever.
Right. So at this point, WWE is firmly in the driver's seat of the national wrestling. They've surpassed WCW in the ratings. They're stomping all over their dying body, their dying embers of WCW. A year from this point, WCW would be out of business and owned by WWE. So the Radicals have shown up. They've been there for about 3 or 4 months. Chris Jericho has been in WWE less than a full year. In my opinion, this is the kind of like the McMahon saga kind of starting to wear thin a little bit, where I think I was never a big like Stephanie and Triple H McMahon Helmsley era guy. Like that wasn't as interesting to me as were they. Well, you were younger than me too. And so like, it just wasn't, it didn't hold my interest the same way. So like to me, I would say creatively, they're just past their peak, just past it. But popularity wise, they're right at the peak. Like they are just, at this point, they are just a fucking freight train, just barreling through. Like they can do no wrong.
Well, I think from 2000, like from Backlash 2000 through WrestleMania X7, I think is like their best year they've ever done. Like for me anyway. Like for my memories and happiness, like 2000 to 2001 X7 was like my favorite year of pro wrestling as a kid.
Yeah, no, I think for me it'd probably be a little different, but not too far off. I mean, it was really high.
Well, yeah, but you're geriatric.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know who I'm not? Jerry Lawler. And he is really, really gross throughout this entire show.
Are you wearing a Prince Nana shirt?
I am.
Sick.
Doing the Nana dance? Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, this is Backlash 2000.
Yeah.
It's in Washington, D.C., which is fitting. because DC is currently experiencing a backlash against apparently every single civil rights victory the country has ever had, not to mention democracy itself.
Yeah.
And we're waiting on Stone Cold all night.
Well, that's kind of the story of WWE during this time. The sun rises and sets with The Rock and Stone Cold. I mean, that's the way it is.
How many? I would love to go back and know how many WWF shows had the overarching theme of "Will Stone Cold show up tonight?"
Right. No, I mean it would be a double-digit number.
He's on his way.
Yeah, he's on his way. Will the rattlesnake show up tonight? Yeah, totally. And they're in Washington, D.C., a sold-out crowd of 19,000 plus. Just such a different world, really. No social media, no YouTube.
No,
so, you brought that up. What's that?
Was Bill Clinton president?
Yeah, Billy Clinton was the president. Yeah,
Slick Willie.
He was still the president.
Saxophone Bill.
Yeah, and very loud crowd.
Have you seen that Penta meme where it's like Penta coming down doing his little swishy dance or whatever, but it's smooth operator?
No, I haven't seen that. That's great.
So good.
That makes a lot of sense. All right,
Blade, keep talking. I'm going to hit the bong.
All right. So we kick off with an intro video. There's going to be lots of videos, explainer videos, which is good when you're watching a retro recap like this because I have no fucking idea what's going on week to week. And so they show basically the fallout from WrestleMania 2000. For those that don't remember, Triple H won or retained the world title in the main event of WrestleMania. It's the first time a heel ever won the main event of WrestleMania, which would become a lot more common as the years went along.
I wrote down WTF was this theme song, LOL. Oh, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah. The opening vignette with the opera music and the shitty editing.
Yes.
Which
was considered super good at the time and cutting edge.
It's so dated.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then
and it didn't even match up with the rhythm of the song.
No, it really doesn't. It doesn't. I edit video for work and it didn't match the song. It didn't match. It was just, and so to set this all up, The Rock is going to face Triple H. Linda, who has made Stone Cold the special guest ref, and Vince has made Shane the special guest ref. So that's the idea, is that Triple H versus The Rock with Shane and Stone Cold as the refs. And almost immediately they're teasing, but where's Stone Cold? He's not here. From the beginning of the night. But he blew
up the DX bus.
Yes, he did.
Leading into this.
Bus. Right. Which, are they even DX anymore? Because Triple H is with, I don't know. Anyway.
There's no Mr. Ass.
Yeah. I'm sure you noticed the absence of Billy Gunn.
I did. I love Billy. Hi, Billy.
Okay, let's get to the show, Brad. They come in from this terrible video.
Into the worst theme song. It was like the cheesiest late 80s hair metal-y type riff that didn't fit with the rest of the era. That's what I just kept laughing because they had this cheesy 80s pro wrestling metal theme song. Mm-hmm. But then nobody looks like they are in that era. It's the very first match we get the fucking Run DMC DMX theme after, and you got the X-Pac and Road Dogg come out. It's just such a clash of eras, you know what I mean?
Well, it's WWE trying to still being 5 years behind, but also trying to bring in current stuff, and so it's new metal and hair metal and a whole bunch of crap that doesn't make any sense. Jerry Lawler comes in, very gross as he's known to do. Because the first person we see is Deborah.
Which every time I watch this back, I hear that fucking song hit, and I just think Double J, and I'm just like, oh god,
right. Right. And so you got Deborah coming down, and they say returning to the WWE. I didn't know she had been gone at any point.
She left for a little bit.
Yeah, and Lawler's immediately sees Deborah and just starts, puppies, puppies, puppies. By this point, as a viewer myself, I was starting to get pretty bored of Jerry. Like, this had been going on for quite some time.
But what about that stage, though? The stage was dope as fuck.
The stage is super cool.
I remember as a kid tuning in on my illegal cable box and seeing that stage and being like, oh shit, like that is cool as fuck. It had like the
backlash claws,
the swinging hooks, like oh man, so
that's
cool.
Very cool.
I miss cool stages like
that was very cool. That was a very unique
that's one thing I miss in pro wrestling, which is why I appreciate that AEW, like I love when they like switch up the stage to like fit the theater they're in, you know what I mean? Like do something cool with it. Cause I appreciate shit like that. Like as a kid, like one of my favorite things, was waiting to see what the stage looked like at the pay-per-view, you know, because like WWF had like, they were just doing the coolest fucking stages during this time. Like,
oh, they really were. They were spending a lot of money on production.
Some of them looked like movie sets almost.
They did.
Like they were so cool, you know?
Yeah. It's definitely it was a big upgrade from the fucking shitty, whatever, 3D metaverse visual crap they do now. Yeah. So Deborah walks down to the ring and for some reason is the ring announcer. And she is
just for that match.
Just for this match, why? Because she's not even connected
nobody
to any
she's
of these
with
people.
Is involved in it.
No. And she's absolutely terrible at it, should we add. So the first match.
Sweet Deborah.
X-Pac and Road Dogg with Tori.
Yeah.
Versus the tag team champions, Edge and Christian.
Were her and X-Pac supposed to be like a thing? Because she went with X-Pac and Kane after this.
Tori.
Yeah.
Right. And she did a thing with X-Pac and Kane were a tag team, right?
Yeah.
And then Tori kind of teased being like wanting to be with Kane, and then they turned on Kane.
That's right. I'm not gonna lie. They were kind of fun as a team, Kane and X-Pac.
Oh yeah, no, they were a lot of fun.
Kane is he's underrated. Like, I mean, Glenn Jacobs sucks, but like Kane was always one of my favorite like characters, you know. And he was always good as like a random tag partner to someone. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like him, like Team Hell No was hilarious. Like
he was a good tag team guy for sure. He always made for interesting. I mean,
it's no Booker and Goldust.
No, nobody ever will be.
Would you like a bite of my wiener?
Jerry Lawler calls
cornbread.
X-Pac.
Damn it, cornbread.
Lawler calls X-Pac and Road Dogg one of the greatest teams in WWF ever.
I missed that.
He clearly mistook X-Pac for Billy Gunn. This is also the pre-5-second pose Edge and Christian.
Yeah.
They hadn't even had the first TLC match yet, I don't believe. I think that was at SummerSlam that same year.
Yep, they came out to Edge's music that sounded like the theme song to Charmed.
I don't know the theme song to Charmed.
It's that fucking Smith song, or I am the sun, I am the, you know?
No. And then I would say Road Dogg and Tori are kind of competing to see who's less interesting. And then Road Dogg wins just because Tori's prettier than him. This is an area of Jim Johnston where this dude isn't like working all the time. And
dude, no, I have a note on here. Well, I'll say it in the next one. We'll get to it, but I have a Johnston shout out because the man was just fucking working. He was just banger after banger after banger.
You know, it is verging into sameness, though, I would say, with a lot of the themes kind of sound similar just because unlike Mikey Ruckus, who I think is like given a lot of free reign to like design a song around the character and what he thinks they're supposed to be, Jim, I think, is being confined into like, well, we're this edgy rock and roll thing, and you got to do 90% of the stuff has to sound kind of like that. And
Yeah, but you know what I think? Like at the time, like I think it worked because it made everything feel like it was all in the same universe. You know,
mm-hmm.
He was really good. I think even though a lot of them were kind of like the same vibes,
Mm-hmm.
he was really good at like turning whatever that guitar riff or whatever was into something that felt like it matched the character. You know what I mean? Like the way a riff would bounce, or like, the tempo of it, like it really felt like it like fit each character. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. There's like, he's got some really iconic themes from that era. I mean, obviously there's the Stone Cold, and there's the Stone Cold theme. There's the Rock. There's No Chance in Hell, McMahon's theme. Jim did a lot of great work. It's just, I think he was overworked, honestly.
Yeah.
And he's being asked to do a lot of things. So I think you could hear the strain on him just a little bit.
Yeah.
But like you said, there was a shitload of bangers in this one. Edge's music apparently sounds like a Smith song. I'll have to take your word for that. So
I think it was like based on it, honestly.
It could have been. It could have been. So this is a very common theme throughout this, and I'm very detached from the WWE style at this point. I mean, I grew up watching all of this stuff, right? So like, I've seen it all, but I haven't gone back and watched it for a long time. And one thing that really hit me is like, who the fuck are the baby faces here? Like in almost every match.
In this match, Edge and Christian.
They are, yeah, they are the baby faces, but like in almost every match, everybody wrestles like a heel. Like everybody does something underhanded and cheats, right? Like, it's just where we were culturally at the time. Like it just,
we liked our bad boys, our anti-heroes.
Right. It just got over with people. So I have in my notes here that Edge and Christian are pretty good, bland baby faces, and they do cheat to win. There's a belt shot to one of the to either Road Dogg or X-Pac, I believe. It was X-Pac, maybe.
Also, Edge and Christian with the dope shiny tights, like they had some cool
tights. Oh
too.
My god, they look like Edge looks like he's poured into his tights. Like they look like chrome bonded to his body. They had some really cool Edge's tights, particularly, I thought were like super cool.
He had that iridescent drip.
Yes, iridescent, like vinyl tights, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like,
Road
but we talked about
pants.
We talked about diaper butt with Jangle, and there's no diaper butt on this show. I will say that,
except for Road Dogg.
Yeah, well, Road Dogg just looks like he's wearing pajamas. It's just, and he's just Road Dogg is 100% gimmick. He's not a wrestler. He's just not a good wrestler. He
love
punches and he does little dances, and that's it.
Yeah, he had good punches.
Little dance, punch, little dance, punch, little dance, and that's all he really does. Like, and I don't begrudge him that. There's a lot of great wrestlers that get by on their charisma. Okay, so his shtick just like was already old by this point to me. Like, because I'd been seeing him do this for a couple of years where, oh, you didn't know? All that stuff was old by this point. Thank God he didn't do that on this show. So they win. Decent match. Also, is Deborah drunk? Because she just sounds so off. Like, it's obvious she doesn't know what she's doing as an announcer, but she also sounds drunk.
Well,
She might have been.
When you're married to Stone Cold.
Yeah, I don't even know if she was at this point. Then I have in my notes here that post-ab and titty surgery, Rock arrives in a limo.
Post-ab and titty surgery?
Yeah, well, you remember when he was the champ and he dropped the title to Foley?
Yeah.
And he was wearing a tracksuit?
Yeah.
He had like liposuction. He'd had a bunch of tummy surgery done.
Did he really?
To make his because he's like Samoan and they just tend to carry a lot more like mass on their torsos.
Okay.
But he had ab and titty surgery to look more vascular, I guess.
I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, you can do that.
Well, I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know?
Guess my ass better call somebody.
Okay, Brett, but then we get the real treat of this show. Let's be real.
Well, hold on. I want to talk about, we had the dope ass Run DMC DX theme song.
That's true.
Because this was WWE Forcible Entry had just came out. Not Forcible Entry. Which one was this? This was
Forcible
I forget what it was
Entry.
called.
Why do they call these things that? Like,
what was this one? I don't remember, but it was like a bunch of like hip hop and rap artists like redid their theme songs, so they were using those a lot at the time. The DX Run DMC song goes really hard though. Like,
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. No, and there was a lot of matchups in this show. They hadn't done the Disturbed Stone Cold theme yet, thank God.
Nope, not yet.
I'm not a fan of that.
Really?
But,
I like it.
But there is one example of a remix later in the show that is truly abominable that we will get to.
Oh God, I think I know what it might be.
The next match is Scotty 2 Hotty versus Dean Malenko
Dean the sexual predator Malenko.
Yes, for the light heavyweight title. Let's just be clear, Dean Malenko about a year from now retires because he's like, this isn't working. Like,
and I'm not accusing him in real life of being a sexual
no,
predator.
they made that his character.
Basically his gimmick in WWF.
They did make that his character later on, yes. They made him some kind of weird spy, man of mystery, ladies man, and then he just became a sexual predator. It was weird. Again, just terrible. And he obviously hated it. What have they done to Dean? He has been with WWE for about 3 months at this point. Him and Scotty, who's waiting for his partner to come back from being injured, have traded the light heavyweight title. Dean Malenko, former U.S. champion Dean Malenko, who was a main player in WCW, a former Four Horsemen, is going back and forth with Scotty 2 Hotty, who is actually a very good wrestler, but not a character that is like portrayed as like a big player.
No.
They have a very good match, to be honest with you. I thought they had a really...
No, it was a really great match.
It's like one of the ones that ages really well. One major note I have here. So I remember what it was. Christian hit X-Pac with the ring bell.
X-Pac got fucked up with that ring bell.
Yeah, well, I think he might have bladed, but whatever it was, there's a massive blood stain in the middle of the ring in this match.
Yeah. Well,
in the modern
it's
product,
there for like most of the show.
Yeah, in the modern product, they would have like they have another mat under this mat. They just lift this off and go to the next one. They didn't do that back
in the day. We just let it soak, baby.
And I ain't letting you ain't leaving until you sleeping on a blood stain. All right, so Scotty 2 Hotty, he's a very entertaining guy. He's a very solid worker. I mean, nothing against him. I did notice somebody during this match holding a sign that said "Falk is gay." Welcome to the year 2000. Also, it's a rolling theme throughout the night that there is insert name here is gay. There's a number of those signs in the crowd that I know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Basically, it's exactly the same as it is right now, except there's no shame to it back then. There's there's no prejudice against those people for doing it. Like, everybody's just doing it. But Dean, I also have noted
fucking
here.
Homos.
Shit. Dean is extremely...
I'm allowed to say that.
I know. You are. Dean is extremely tan. I have in my notes here. He is from Florida.
Yeah.
He's very tan.
He was crispy.
He was crispy. And that is not like spray tan. That is
you know who else was really crispy for this show was fucking Taz.
We will get to Taz.
That motherfucker was orange.
I also have in my notes here. Okay, so this match feels symbolic of Dean's time in WWE. It's like his style versus the WWE style, which is represented by Scotty 2 Hotty. Dean would be a stalker and some weird secret agent ladies' man within a year. Malenko does Malenko things. The red hot crowd begins to die. Malenko gets zero heat during the heat portion of the match. The action is good. The crowd doesn't care. They just want the worm. The child ref counts hella fast. He's that like towhead blonde ref.
Yeah.
It looks like a 15-year-old. I can't remember his name. The crowd goes ape shit for the worm. Ape shit. They didn't give a fuck about the great technical wrestling in any of this match. They just sat on their fucking hands.
We just wanted Scotty to hit that worm.
And then Scotty goes up to give Dean like a superplex. Dean reverses their positions and then hits a DDT from the top rope. That looks awesome. And pins Scotty. Scotty didn't put Dean away with the worm, even though he did hit it. The worm, which, by the way, again, this is just like a litany of people having their own version of the people's elbow.
Yeah.
And that was a theme for like 7 more years after this, where it's just like, man, you guys got to let that go. Like, The Rock isn't there anymore. Just let it go. But all in all, it's one of the better matches on the show. What do you?
It was really great. It was one of those ones like, as a kid, like I wasn't super into it.
Right.
I mean, I was into Scotty 2 Hotty because I was 11, 12 years old at the time.
Right. I was like a total Malenko mark, so I was.
Yeah, like watching it as an adult, like it's a match I really like, but like back as a kid, like I was probably like wrestling with my friends in the living room during this match.
Right. Well, and mad props to Scott Taylor, because like this is a guy who is a job guy for WWE before he became Scotty 2 Hotty. So like good on him for like figuring out how to be relevant in WWF at the time.
He was a good solid worker, you know what I mean?
That was the thing. He was a very good wrestler who like figured out how to be relevant where wrestling didn't really matter that much. So very good. Next, we have Vince promo. He's talking to Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe about needing
the Stooges. Oh my God. I loved Briscoe and Patterson as the Stooges.
They were great.
Oh, good. Just like the bumbling fucking like goons.
Yes, they were just idiots, and they played their part very well. I will say the sketch is like a sexual predator extravaganza. Pretty gross. Any other notes about that one, Brett?
No, literally all I wrote was Briscoe and Patterson were so good as the Stooges, LOL.
They were. Like
I typed LOL to myself.
Yes, like look, that run from like 97 to 2001 with McMahon and the Stooges and
the Main Street Posse.
The Main Street Posse and Shane. And this is the best era of Shane McMahon by far.
Yeah.
Like when he's just a smarmy nepo baby non-wrestler.
What's funny? Like, how are we like it's so funny to me, like how WWE is like this crazy, like pro MAGA billionaire, like evildoer company now, because back in the day, the whole thing was you hated the fucking rich family, like, because they were cheaters and they were evil, and we hated them. Well, it kind of
shows what the real motivation was. This is why Vince and Trump are so similar. They were like the rednecks of Wall Street, and all they've ever wanted is to be a part of the club. And as soon as they became a part of the club, they wanted to be the kings of the club. And now Trump's the king of the club. And now he's going to smite all the people that smote him as he was trying to rise through the ranks.
Yeah.
The next match, I got to say, Brett, this is a shit show. APA versus the Big Boss Man and Bull Buchanan.
A-Cab.
Yeah. I actually have ACAB in my notes.
This is when I wrote Jim Johnston was on a tear in the Attitude Era as the GOAT theme songs because
for the APA.
Well, that one and Boss Man.
Boss Man's is good.
Loved his theme song during this era. Yeah, and he started wearing he slimmed down a bunch, and started wearing like the all black, like SWAT gear.
The original Shield.
Yeah, I mean, fuck cops, but like that was sick.
Yeah, no. So I forgot how athletic Bull Buchanan was.
Dude, he was good, man.
He's a giant motherfucker.
Yeah,
giant motherfucker.
Like he wasn't bad.
Yeah, no, he did the Booker T. He did the scissor kick that Booker T does.
Yeah,
and he did it really well.
Yeah. They were a great little team for a while. Like they did well together.
My notes here say JR makes a weird statement about staying out of trouble so you don't have to deal with crooked cops. And then it just says ACAB. APA are a lot better in matches where they just kill people.
You know what? I always kind of like the APA kept the pentagrams on the tights for like a long time after like
the Ministry of Darkness was
and
over.
It just never made sense to me because I'm like, y'all aren't, what are you, like devil worshipping redneck bar brawlers now? Like, what, you know?
And one of you is Ron Simmons. Yeah, it's weird. Teddy Long is the ref player.
Dude, he had time for nobody's shit.
No, he was yelling at everybody.
Teddy Long was always one of my favorite refs because he would talk shit like while he was like reffing a match, He would be like, I got time for this play, come on. He's so good.
He is good. I would say the APA though, when they're selling and stuff, it's just like that's not the APA. Like If they could do this over, I would just have the APA squash jobbers and just be like like an entertainment only act. Never win like the tag titles or anything. Just kill people.
I would have given them a run like what the Hurt Syndicate's doing now with the tag titles.
Yeah, where they just kill people,
crushing it.
Right, and then they lose and they break up. Like there's no while they're selling. Like the crowd pops huge for their entrance. And literally for the rest of the match, they don't give a shit about anything. The crowd is dead during this match. Buchanan and the Boss Man win.
Yeah.
With some very creative sneakiness on the Boss Man's part, ACAB. And they win. They beat the APA.
They did.
I liked Boss Man is like the elder corrupt cop. And Buchanan as his like understudy corrupt cop, like he's like raising a young
fucking
corrupt
Denzel
cop.
And Ethan Hawke in Training Day.
It really is a Training Day scenario. Training Day, which came out around the same time. Wet. Yeah, Training Day came out about a year after this match. So
Boss Man made him smoke a crack pipe in the middle of the match. That didn't happen.
No. Then.
You think you can do this shit to me? You motherfuckers!
Bull.
That's one of the greatest movie speeches of all time.
It is good. Denzel, man, he's just
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Oh God. Okay. So we got the Hardys
hardcore
backstage.
Match.
Well, so they cut to the backstage. The Hardys are talking to each other and basically saying, "Look, we're gonna be on the same side until it's just the two of us, and then like I'm coming for you. I'm gonna hurt you."
Man, those guys could not act.
They were so bad.
They were so bad.
This was terrible. This was the wooden
anytime anytime the Hardys had to talk, it was a little cringe.
It was bad. It was real bad. It wasn't until many years later where they became comfortable talking.
I wouldn't even say that. Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff never became comfortable talking. And then Hardcore Holly bullies his superior cousin Crash.
Crash is a man, dude.
Crash ruled. Like, I love Crash Holly.
Loved Crash Holly.
He was one of the best characters of the Attitude Era. I stand on that, okay? I stand on that. Like
Lil Elroy, man. He was
Lil Elroy, baby. God damn.
Come out with the shopping cart full of fucking weapons.
Yeah.
Or he'd come out with the fucking
giant scale.
Yeah.
And he'd be billed at 400 pounds.
Dude, Crash ruled, dude.
He was great.
Like, listen, I loved, like, maybe I feel like one of the things I love about AEW is, like, how loose they are with, like allowing weapons and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Because AEW, like, sometimes really reminds me of, like, the fun of the hardcore division. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
Because these matches, I mean, I don't know. Hardcore wrestling and stuff isn't for everyone. But, like, man, as a kid, like, that was the shit because what really made me fall in love with pro wrestling was, like, the Hardys and the Dudleys and Edge and Christian, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It was tables, ladders, and chairs. It was the hardcore division, you know? Like, I loved that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it.
It was great. And
they were so creative.
They were so creative. I think that's the thing is, like, the hardcore title is like the DDT heavy metalweight title later, where all kinds of weirdos win the hardcore title. They hold it for sometimes seconds.
Yeah. But the matches, like, I mean, not all of them, but some of the matches got so creative, like Crash being chased through the fucking ball pit and shit.
Oh, that was great. That was great.
Like, God damn it. It was so good.
Fun.
And I mean, we talked about it on the X7 episode, but like the hardcore match at WrestleMania X7,
that was super fun,
ridiculous. But this match, this was a good one. So let us know what's going on. You're the stat man.
Yeah. So basically, I'm like, I figured out I'm the JR and you're the Jerry of this show. So I'm doing play-by-play. And you're doing color commentary. Yeah.
Color commentary. I like that. Yeah.
So, what I also like is that Hardcore Holly. So right after Jeff and Matt are like, "Hey, just for this one match, we're gonna."
Hardcore's like, "I'm gonna beat the shit out of you."
Hardcore's like, "Oh, Crash, I'm gonna beat your ass, boy! Like, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you." He can't wait to beat up his cousin, and Crash, who actually can't act either, is just like. Oh, come on, cousin. Like,
yeah.
You know who he talks like? He talks like Meat from AEW. He actually, I know where Meat gets it from now.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Meat, wherever you are. So the match actually is Crash Holly versus Taz versus the Hardy Boys, both individually. Hardcore Holly and Perry Saturn. Perry Saturn, who debuted 3 months prior, Taz, who debuted 4 months prior, and beat Kurt Angle, is now in this match. So all of these guys' stock is plummeting at a rapid rate.
Which sucks, man. Taz was so fucking cool. Like
Taz,
God
in my notes
damn
here,
it. When you come out with the torn up fucking towel on, just
he's still wearing the ECW singlet. At this point, they didn't fucking make him dress up in his fucking whatever, like little boy fucking prison outfit.
With the track pants.
Oh God, it's so bad. So Taz still looks like ECW Taz. Great. When he gets a chance to actually show what he can do in this match, he looks so good. Like,
oh yeah, dude.
Taz is just,
oh yeah,
man, he was good.
I love Taz.
He's one of my all-time favorites. I just love Taz.
Yeah, I love him as a commentator too. Like, I'm bummed that he didn't have a good run in WWF as like a wrestler, but like we found out he's so fucking good at commentary. Like,
okay, so I discovered something in watching this entire show is that I'm still angry about a number of things on this show, and angry about Vince McMahon's terrible booking ideas for some of the people in these matches. And the Taz push is one of them. I'm still pissed about it. Still mad at you, Vince, for that and all the other much worse things you've done in your life.
Yeah.
Please die soon.
Especially those.
Hey, Cap. Let's see. So I have in my notes, Crash is climbing the Backlash claw set piece.
No, like, see, this is what I mean about like the creativity of like the hardcore matches. Like, they made such fun use of that set. Like,
Yeah.
Matt jumping off it. You had Jeff like swinging on it.
Yeah.
And then
And these things aren't stable. They're swinging.
Yeah. And
this was
so
not
cheap.
safe at all.
Like, I laughed my ass off when Perry Saturn, I forget who it was, but he goes to like, drop someone on the hook, and it just fucking like crumbled. Like,
this is just like
cheap ass like PVC pipes. Like,
it's Owen Hart died less than a year before this. Like, Jesus Christ,
yeah, fuck. I mean, it was good though. What I will say was the ending was kind of like what's that word when the ending's boring? What's that term?
It's flat, anticlimactic.
Anticlimactic, because Crash wins because he basically just like falls asleep on fucking whoever.
Taz. He pins Taz.
But like the camera wasn't even really on it. Like,
they miss a lot of shots on this show, actually. There's a lot of missed shots. I will say the action is pretty good. It's not like remarkable. The stuff with the set piece is really fun.
That was the best part of the match to me.
And Taz, I think, gets knocked out with like a belt or with something. And basically, the whole gimmick of Crash Holly, who I do have in my notes here, is the best hardcore champ
ever,
is that he kind of wins by dumb luck a lot of the time, and he gets really lucky, and then he runs away. So he gets brutalized.
When they add the 24/7 rule is when it starts getting really fucking funny, because it's like, Crash would like win and then just like dip out, and then you'd find he'd be like, he's at like Chuck E. Cheese later in the episode, and fucking like Kane jumps out of the fucking Chuck E. Cheese costume or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was just so
one of my
good.
favorites was when he was asleep and somebody tried to pin him while he was asleep. Like, they just barely put their hand on him, and the ref shouted quietly, like, 1, 2, and then Crash woke up and kicked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Taz got knocked out with a belt shot. Then everybody took each other out of the match somehow, and Crash, who was laying dead in the ring, just rolls over, puts his arm over Taz, gets the 3. I got really pissed watching that because Taz should not be getting pinned after beating Kurt Angle just 4 months before. Nope. And then Crash runs away. Like I would do as well.
Dope ass theme songs from Jim Johnston.
Very true. Very true. I like the Hollies music a lot.
Yeah.
And I would say Crash is basically the Mikey Whipwreck of WWF, where he's like surviving by the skin of his teeth. He's treated kind of like a jobber who just somehow manages to stay a champion. I have in my notes, he's just a boy. Everyone in this match is committing child abuse. Jeff hits a swanton bomb off the ladder.
Which I think this is what started leading to the Hardys being like the ladder guys.
Yes.
Like,
but I also noted that Matt held the ladder for him. And so backstage somewhere, Bubba Ray was spontaneously combusting and shitting his pants. And JR calls Crash the Houdini of hardcore.
The Houdini of hardcore.
Which, come on, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
JR, he was still pretty much on top of his game here.
Dude, JR had some good ones.
This is prime JR. This is still
I
prime
got
JR.
a note about that later. But good match. Thoughts? I mean, good, decent hardcore match.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. I mean, it's just a trash, garbage match. It was just fun.
Yeah. Felt like a typical AEW match.
Hey!
In a good way. Then we get Shane O'Mac backstage.
Yeah, we get Shane O'Mac backstage talking to Coach, who looks just like a normal person. He just isn't coachified yet. He just looks like a normal guy.
Yeah.
And Shane's
in like a baggy dress shirt.
Shane McMahon gives what I would classify as a 1-star interview that I also feel is the best interview he ever gave. Because he's a terrible talker. He's not good. But Shane just says he's going to faithfully execute his duties. He felt that his dad gave him a lot of trust. Again, they're hinting that Austin isn't at the building yet. Is Austin going to be there? Because of a reminder, he is the counterpoint to Shane being a ref. So then we go to the match that probably made me the angriest of all the matches.
Kurt Angle versus the Big Show.
Yeah.
And this is when Big Show was coming out in all kind of weird gimmicks and kind of, I don't understand. Like he was, oh God, it was so bad.
Vince was so mad at this dude.
Kurt's like whole character in this storyline was literally just like he was just being a buzzkill. Like that's why they're fighting. Because
he was telling Big Show, like, you need to like be serious, like you're the Big Show, you know?
Yeah, he was being a buzzkill.
You're being an idiot. And this, I will say, this is my favorite era of Kurt Angle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's just an oblivious asshole douchebag, superiority complex dickhead. Okay.
Great fucking Marion Barry joke.
Oh, he made a great Marion Barry joke. I can't believe you guys reelected that guy. I'm nothing like that guy.
It.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah,
he doesn't even say it's damn true at this point. He just says it's true. It's true.
You know John Lovitz? You ever see that movie High School High?
No, I never did.
Oh my God, it was so funny. It was like a spoof of all those movies in the 90s, like Dangerous Minds, where it was like teacher goes to an inner city high school, you know?
Okay.
But the high school was Marion Barry High School.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh
it was
boy.
So bad. It was so bad.
So yes, Angle cuts a great promo on his way to the ring. You just see this guy is just made to be a pro wrestler. And this is Angle where he's not like, when Angle got super serious and he was doing all the crazy shit to himself, that was hard for me to watch because,
was it?
Yeah, because he clearly has health problems. I think it becomes kind of obvious that he's kind of thwacked out on drugs. Like, you know, like his TNA stuff is hard for me to watch. Like, that's a guy who needs help. This is not, you know, it's, you know, a lot of people will say that's like a high point of TNA, and I'm like, yeah, it's just, I know what he's doing to himself. So yeah, Big Show is coming out as all these different characters. They showed him coming out as what is the guy from Austin Powers? Big Bastard. Fat Bastard. Affecting a terrible Scottish accent, not as bad as what I just did, but coming out as other wrestlers. And who does he come out as this time, Brett?
A real racist piece of shit.
A real fascist American. The music hits. Keep in mind, Hogan is in WCW still at this point. So they play Real American. Big Show comes out. I have in my notes here that his tights are really hugging. So my notes actually say his dick and balls are very distinct in his trunks. You can really see him.
Jeremiah, those pants are so tight, I can see your penis.
Yeah, no jockstrap for a Big Show.
No, just smuggling plums.
Yeah, he doesn't have any knee pads on, which makes it even weirder. But he comes out in the yellow and red. He has a tank top that says the show stir. I mean, this sucks. This sucks. Yeah. And then to cap it, he squashes Kurt Angle. He just kills it.
Squashed.
I hate it. Yeah. Now, Kurt Angle would be the world champion later in the year. He beat The Rock later in the year.
Terrible.
This was awful. And so the gimmick is he's all fun and games until you piss him off, and then he gets very serious. He kills Kurt Angle, and then he leaves to a remix of the Big Show theme, which...
by Mac 10.
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
Because it's garbage.
It was so bad.
This is dog shit. Like the Big Show. The Big Show! This horrible blues song with a rap thing going on over the top. It's so bad.
Yeah, it was not good.
This is the worst of the whole night. This is the worst.
Very bad.
I was like, wow. Yeah. Wow. Forcible entry. ACAB. Anyway.
But then we get a Dudley Boy video package where
the lows just keep on coming, Brett.
Bubba's gimmick was essentially power bombing women through tables because it made him shoot ropes.
Yeah. He's basically... He
would, like, that was his thing. He would just, like, put a woman through a table and then, like, jizz.
Yeah, and and they called it his orgasmic expression after he would do it.
The orgasmic trance.
Yes, that's what JR calls it. So he had already put Mae Young through a table. He had already put Terry Runnels through a table. It's the Dudley Boys versus TNA, and let's not mince words here. The gimmick is based on, like, being a serial killer. Okay? Like, you kill, and then you're in this orgasmic trance, basically.
Yeah.
And so Trish has been taunting Bully very overtly sexually. Bubba, I should say Bubba. And she's trying to make this work against him. And he's, like, compelled by her. And he seems attracted to her, but it's because he wants to put her through a table, because he's some weirdo sadist. It's gross. It's really, really gross. But Trish is smoking hot during this time. Like, holy goddamn shit. She's managing a team called TNA.
Which is Test and Albert, who was named... I love that Bloom, during this period, his character was just named after a dick piercing.
Yes, and he's dressed like a Hardy Boy. He's wearing a very tight shirt and the baggy pants.
Just a gray shirt.
Yeah, a gray shirt that's also got stains on it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Before the match even started.
Like, Albert's just a mess. Like, you fucking slob. Don't eat French fries before the match. Like, what are you doing?
Like, what a black shirt. Like, next year at Backlash, the 2001, he had switched to, like, the kind of baggy leather pants and the black tank top, which was so much better. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is a bad look. Test is fresh on the heels of being given up on.
We got a Billy Corgan shout out in the audience. Billy
I was
Corgan
just about
there
to mention there's another bald fucking moron in the crowd, and his name's Billy Corgan. Another future fascist of America.
Yeah, man. Bummer.
Yeah, real bummer. And, Billy's trying to be Mr. Personable in the crowd. Just like, hey, everybody.
Hi,
I used to be a little bird. Anyway,
I like the pumpkins.
I like some pumpkins, early pumpkins. It is funny to hear Ross and Lawler say TNA over and over again. Because this is 2 years before actually TNA wrestling started. So, kind of funny.
Well, no, they were T and A.
Yes, they were T and A, but the way these guys say it is just TNA. All of that said, I was completely in love with Trish at this time in my life, and I still am. My God, this is early in her run. She's already grasped the fundamentals of being on screen. She's a very good manager. Her facial, her reactions are so good to everything. I didn't notice that as a kid because I was just
masturbating.
Preoccupied. Yeah, probably. Sorry, Trish. I mean that respectfully. JR and Lawler spend the entire match making wood references. That is so cringy and unfunny.
Man, society was really, really excited to see Bubba Ray Dudley put women through tables.
I have so many notes about this. Oh my God. But they were definitely marketing their entire product to teenage boys. But the amount of wood. Oh, he's gonna get wood. He's got wood. Devon's grabbing the wood. It's just over and over and over again. And it's so unfunny. It's not funny.
Yeah.
They're trying to be cheeky, but I mean, they just might as well just say, Bubba's got a boner, Bubba's in the ring wrestling at one.
Come!
Yeah. I mean, he might as well just say it. Bubba screams at Trish at one point, "I'm going to get you, you little bitch."
Yeah. The crowd pops.
The crowd just eats it up. The crowd loves it. TNA is basically a giant front to feature Trish because, like, they don't give a shit about Test or Albert. Like, the crowd doesn't. No. Albert and Test just punch and kick most of the time. There is one impressive tag team move they do where Albert presses gigantic Andrew Martin over his head and drops him on top of Devon.
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
That was like, God damn, like that dude's like 6'5", like 300 pounds. Like, what the fuck? I have Albert is dressed like a Hardy, but not nearly as cute. Bubba again screams at Trish, "I'm coming for you, slut."
Yep.
And then just proceeds to scream lots of misogynistic shit at Trish the entire match. There's lots of, this is from earlier, but I noticed during this match as well, there's another sign that says somebody's name is gay. JR calls a double neck breaker from the Dudleys a 3D. Test kicks out. JR says they must not have gotten all of it because no one kicks out of the 3D. That's because it wasn't the 3D. Trish distracts Bubba as they're
3D.
Yeah. Well, they must not have gotten all of that because if they did, this darn thing would be over. Becomes Boomhauser just kind of out of nowhere. They go for a 3D, a real 3D, and Bubba gets distracted by Trish, who starts shaking her ass in Bubba's direction. I'm not complaining. And Bubba turns around, gets booted in the face by Test, gets pinned. And you think that's over. It's not over.
Nah.
As Test and Albert are walking out of getting ready to leave the ring, the Dudleys bum rush them. They knock them both out of the ring. Bubba grabs Trish by the hair in a very caveman, you my woman kind of way. Devon gets the table. Bubba power bombs Trish from the top rope.
Trish tries to make out with him first.
Because it had worked before. They showed that in the video clip.
And I laugh because I love when JR pops himself with something he says because he doesn't like laugh. He just like repeats the phrase until he thinks you've heard it. Like, and see, so he says something about like Trish was trying to play tonsil hockey with him. He's like, she tried to get her with the tonsil hockey, but he didn't go for it. She was playing tonsil hockey. Like, he just yells it louder. Like, he really loves it.
Tonsil hockey!
He really wanted us to hear that he said tonsil hockey.
Yes. I think I saw some tongue. And then at one point in the earlier in the show, they're talking. I can't remember what match it was. I think it might have been. This is the tragedy of Jerry Lawler is when he's not being a perv or like just super problematic in some way or kind of borderline racist. Like he's actually hilarious. He's very, very clever. And I remember there's one point in this where Ross makes some kind of passive aggressive jab at Dean Malenko, I think.
Yeah.
And King goes, "Oh, that's a backhanded compliment. You know what? That's not a compliment at all." Like, anyway, so
he had another really good one that I don't.
He has some pretty good one-liners.
Yeah.
He was, God, if he just wasn't like so fixated on the puppy shit, he'd be so much more digestible.
Yeah.
Also, knowing that he's done the things he's done makes it hard.
Yeah.
But
I have in my notes like so Trish goes through the table.
Yeah, it's a brutal table bump, by the way.
Fucking ape shit. Like the crowd pops, like the
maybe loudest pop of the night to this point.
And then we just watched them carry Trish out on a stretcher. Like that's where we were at as a society. Like,
well, so that's the thing. So Bubba like holds her in the powerbomb position. And I think he's talking to her about how to protect herself.
Yeah.
I don't think she knew how to protect herself.
No, man. She went right through that fucking
That was nasty looking. Like, holy fucking shit. She went like neck first through the table.
Yeah.
And so she's lying fucking dead in the ring. The crowd is going nuts. Bubba is sitting still like on his ass with her legs over him. And he's like, then he smiles this disgusting, hideous smile.
Yeah.
It's really, really gross. And yeah, don't do that. Do not Stop it right fucking now. We need to make an emote of you doing that, by the way, for the Discord. No. Yes, we do. We're doing it. I'll have the video of this. I can make print screen. So then, after the crowd goes nuts and the Dudleys leave, Test and Albert are just in the ring looking very solemn. The ref is very solemn. The announcers are quiet. And it's like, who was the heels here? Like, like the Dudley boys got cheered like crazy, but now it's like, oh, and this poor woman is dead.
Yeah.
And they put her in a neck brace on a stretcher. There's no funny music or something to
follow her all the way to the back and into the ambulance.
They follow her all the way to the back. They load her into the ambulance, and as they're loading her into the ambulance, a fucking car pulls around. This was one of the highlights of the night for me. Okay, this might have
China. Yeah, fresh from the prom. Even though at the time Eddie was 33 years old and China was like in her late 20s.
Yeah.
And they just pull up like, we were at the prom.
And because Eddie got his GED. Remember, she helped him get his GED. Yeah, that's right. So they made a joke that he went to his high school prom. So Eddie's in a fucking tuxedo. China's looking like
hot little red number.
Holy God, China's like,
but they're late. They showed up late. They cruise out,
and Eddie's the European champion, the most meaningless champion. You're the champion of Europe. When do you even defend the title in Europe? So Eddie's told, hey, you guys are late, and if you don't get to the ring right now, we will strip you of the title and give it to S.A. Rios. Okay. So Eddie, what I loved about this is Eddie's reaction to all this. He's like, oh, okay, no problem. And so he just like gets out of the car, totally unbothered. Him and China are like their own world. I love the Mamacita era. It should have gone on so much longer. Yeah. These two have...
Wait, you forgot that. They drive out, and then Eddie pops the trunk to get, like, some of his elbow pads and shit
out. He puts his elbow pad on before he gets down to the ring.
He takes the shirt off.
Yep, but he leaves the bow tie on.
He leaves the bow tie and the cuffs, basically, and the pants.
Eddie wrestles in tuxedo pants with black boots and white socks. It's so fucking great. And the thing about Eddie is, this is how great he is to this point, you've never seen anything from him that tells you this is inside of him. That he's this funny. He and China love working together. You can tell.
Yeah.
They actually look like they're in love. It's convincing.
I believed them.
And the opponent for Eddie Guerrero is the legendary, and by legendarily, I mean legendarily forgettable, S.A. Rios, managed by Lita. Lita is brand new in the Fed at this point. She shows up. She's portrayed as a Mexican woman. She's gorgeous, by the way.
That pretty much is what it was. It was pretty much like, hey, you're Mexican. You're with S.A. Rios.
Right. They portrayed them as being from like AAA or something, basically. And that like S.A. Rios is from Mexico and she's from Mexico. And they had shown some
red hair.
Right. Belita looks just like, she's so like, just like, oh my God, just like stunning. And she also can do these crazy moves. She does like these Hurricane Ranas and stuff that look really good.
Like back in the day, like, I mean, now it's whatever, it's just normal because the women are allowed to wrestle.
Yeah.
But like back in this era, you didn't get that. Like if the women fought, it was a cat fight. Like clawing and scratching and slamming, hair pulling, But Lita would come out and she would hit moonsaults, the Hurricane Ranas, and at this period with WWE, they were so focused. They were focused more on like body guys,
Right.
And so like even seeing Hurricane Ranas weren't like like every match didn't have a Hurricane Rana. There was only a few people who did like the high flying shit.
Right. Right. And
so to see a woman doing it was different. It was rad.
Absolutely.
Like Lita was an innovator.
She was. Lita is so important to American wrestling. I mean, so important. So is China. And, they showed the video package. I had totally forgotten there was like a whole build to this match. Where, S.A. Rios and Eddie had been feuding, but China and Lita had some physicality. I totally forgot that ever happened. Where China's kind of like, running like interference for her man, kind of thing. And I forgot that Lita's real intro to WWE was like this angle with China and Eddie. And this is pre-Team Extreme Lita. That wouldn't happen for a few more months, and S.A. Rios was like fucking gone. But so everybody in this match is extremely over and memorable except S.A. Rios.
Which is crazy because, he was great.
He was very good in the ring. He just didn't have a lot of charisma. And
no
when you're next to like the fucking charisma magnet that is Eddie Guerrero, how did anybody ever boo him? Ever? He is so fucking funny.
I did write in my notes, S.A. Rios, always as a kid, S.A. Rios to me always looked like he would be right at home in a Robert Rodriguez movie. He
does.
Like I can imagine him like
El Mariachi
playing
or something,
badass flamenco guitar and then shooting me.
Absolutely. Yeah. But
with the guitar.
They have a very good match because, it's an Eddie Guerrero match. And S.A. Rios is a very good worker.
China gets stripped for some reason.
Well, we'll get there. China beats up S.A. every time he's on the outside. And Lita just looks like, oh, what am I going to do? I should do something, but I don't know what. And then, let's see. Lita was about to jump on Eddie from the outside, and China pushes her off. So Eddie's on the outside. Lita climbs to the top, is going to attack Eddie from the top, and China pushes her off, and she face plants off a table. Ugh. She did protect herself, though. S.A. Rios. What's that? Better than Trish. Yeah. Way better than Trish. S.A. Rios does an acai moonsault, springboard acai moonsault onto Eddie, and lands on the fucking table on his knees. Ow. I don't think they meant to do that. S.A. is actually kind of bigger than Eddie, so I think Eddie had a hard time catching him.
Yeah.
He's a good wrestler. He just doesn't feel special. Eddie does a picture-perfect brain buster. And then he does an airplane spin into a neck breaker, which I don't ever remember really seeing him do that much. But he pins S.A. Rios with that. After the match, to this point, Eddie and China just made Lita and S.A. Rios look like chumps. And then, China had a ton of work done. She's just about I think she either had just been in Playboy or was just about to be in Playboy.
It was crazy because China had this period where, and it's so, I'm bummed that it was like this for her, but everyone was like, oh, she's kind of like a man,
Yeah. Right.
And then all of a sudden she had this crazy glow up.
Insane. I know she got a lot of facial surgery and stuff, and I'm not saying that it as a judgment whatsoever.
No. It was kind of her character at the time. They started treating her as a sex symbol.
Yeah, and she was pretty freaking smoking hot in this time. Holy shit. So Lita bum rushes China and pulls her dress off, and she is in this sky blue, panties and bra, and she acts like, ah! And then Eddie's hey, mamacita. He's looking at her like, you look good, girl. And then China just goes, and just shakes it off, poses for the crowd, and then walks to the back.
I love that the mamacita era was just Eddie being mega simp.
He was just a mega simp. And then it just ended way sooner than it had to. They did not need to end it the way they did. So we go backstage to normal person coach interviewing Triple H with Stephanie and Vince. I'm gonna tell it like I see it. Okay, 2000 is the best year of Triple H's career as an actual wrestler.
Yes, I wanna read you though.
Mm-hmm.
His
dialogue
here.
Yeah, please, because it's not good.
I call myself the Game.
Yep.
Everybody calls me the Game. It's not just some slogan, some cheap catchphrase. I am the Game because I am the World Wrestling Federation champion and because I am that damn good. And tonight, one more time, just like I always do, I will prove once and for all that I am that damn good.
Awful. And they are putting him in the ring with The Rock. Like
every Triple H promo from this period, I swear to God, was literally just, I'm the Game and I'm that damn good. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to show you why I'm that damn good because I'm the Game.
Well, the thing is, the Game isn't the gimmick.
It's like Taco Bell. It was just the same ingredients, just mixed up a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
Like he was never saying anything.
He was never saying anything. He just doesn't sound convincing at all. He just sounds very dry. And the Game is just a ripoff of the franchise, Shane Douglas from ECW. Even the Kangol hat is a ripoff of Shane Douglas. Like, all of it. It's all the franchise heavily influenced the Game. Like, that's not debatable. And I've never heard him confirm that because he never would. But, like...
Well, I mean, DX was NWO.
Yeah, I mean... There's at least some difference there, but I mean, they're all like buddies, so they had very similar senses of humor. But Triple H was way more compelling as DX than he is in his early days as the Game. He doesn't have the talking ability of a top guy or the charisma of a top guy yet. He looks great. No. He looks great, and he can really move.
He had that aura at the time. Like it was the entrance.
It's the entrance. I mean, he's like at his physical peak here.
Yeah.
Like he's on just the right amount of steroids. Not too much yet. He looks fantastic. He could really work. And we'll get to that because the match he has with Rock is very good.
It's one of my favorite matches of all time.
Yeah. Okay. But it's a very good match, and it's prime Triple H. Pre-quad tear Triple H.
There's a lot of nostalgia when I say that, but
I understand. Hey, we all have our favorites. It's not for me to judge. Then from Triple H, they go to Vince, who is a much better talker than Triple H, who alludes to Stone Cold not being there. Starts talking about the card is subject to change, but he's heard that Stone Cold might be having some travel issues, thus kind of planting the seed that he's caused the travel issues. Then we go to a promo with Chris Benoit. Benoit, according
as
to
Jericho is calling him at this time.
And so Chris Benoit proceeds to give an oddly sexual promo about Chris Jericho, where he says... Chris Jericho says I'm a robot. He says I'm an android but I'm not a robot. I'm better than a robot because I have emotions, and I'm about to express my emotions all over Chris Jericho. And like, the more he talks, the more it's like, what? Like, what is a match or like a snuff film about to happen? I'm not sure.
Or you giving him a tug job?
Yeah, maybe there's a tug job on the way en route for the Intercontinental title.
ZJ.
Like Jericho has to climax within 3 minutes or he's the Intercontinental Champion. So Benoit is a heel and Chris Jericho's a baby face. Jericho's monster over. Gets a monster pop.
My God.
The highs of the Y2J era. I will say Jericho cut a very sing-songy kind of babyface promo. Like, he's Mr. Catchphrase at this time, which is not my favorite version of Chris.
DC's Jericho.
DC is Jericho, shut the hell up, that kind of stuff. You know, it's just very like sing-songy rock kind of esque promo style that WWE just kind of made everybody do that at this time. He's just
everybody
way better.
had to have their phrase, you know.
Right. And it went on forever like that. Way far beyond this, like 6-7 years beyond this. But look, Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit just have monster chemistry. What I liked about this match is it's the semi-main, and it's for the Intercontinental title. And this is not their best match by far. I would put it somewhere in the middle.
Good.
Oh, it's very good.
No, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You mean just between them together?
Between them.
Okay, yeah.
It sucks for Jericho that Benoit did what he did, because this is a huge part of his early career that doesn't even get really talked about anymore, is his rivalry with Chris Benoit. His rivalries with Malenko, Guerrero, and Benoit were all
their
match.
What was it? One of their I forget what pay-per-view it was, but it's like one of the best matches ever. Like
they have Benoit and Jericho later, like the next year, have an Intercontinental title match, ladder match at the Royal Rumble. That's super good.
That one is.
And then they're a tag team the next year. That's where Triple H tears his quad. It's maybe the best match ever on Monday Night Raw. Benoit and Jericho versus Austin and Triple H, where they really get a big rub by beating those guys. Yeah. And Triple H, no matter what I think of the guy, is tough as fuck, because he takes a Walls of Jericho on the table after he tore his quad. That is insane. Crazy. But anyway, these guys have a great match. It's both smooth and very physical at the same time. They really lay their shit in with each other. You can tell these guys both came through the hearts, because
they had a good little fucking chop spot where
Benoit chops are nasty.
Yeah,
and Jericho chops are nasty, but Benoit's are even worse. They lay their shit in. At one point, Chris Benoit misses a tope and lands on his fucking face on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of hard to watch him do that stuff now, knowing what came just 6 years after this.
And then he to end the match, he takes the title to the face.
Yeah, and breaks his nose, it looks like. We'll get to that. But there's a really cool spot on the outside. Jericho pulls the steps away from the corner.
Yeah.
And he goes to whip Benoit into them, but Benoit reverses the whip. Jericho jumps over the stairs. Then Benoit drop kicks the top stair into Jericho's gut and his knees.
Oh, it looked so cool, though.
Yeah, it was so badass. Like, just great sequence.
Yeah.
And, you know, they had to work that out ahead of time. They did not call that in the ring. But, like, what a cool sequence it is. And Jericho sells his gut the rest of the match. King and JR do not pick up on that at all. Like, later, Jericho hits a lion salt and is selling his gut. Yeah. And they're like, it looks like he hurt his arm. Yeah. Maybe Benoit got his knees up. I don't know what's going on here. But they didn't pick up on the fact that Jericho's selling the gut from earlier. At one point, Benoit hits Jericho with a belt and goes for the pin, but Jericho kicks out. Then Benoit suplexes Jericho onto a belt. Tim White has been knocked out at this point, by the way. Suplexes Jericho onto the Intercontinental title, goes up for a headbutt. Tim White wakes up. As he's going for the headbutt, Jericho lifts the belt up, and Benoit lands face first on the Intercontinental title, and I believe he breaks his nose, because all of a sudden he's bleeding from his nose and his mouth all over the place. Tim White sees Jericho hold the belt up and Benoit land on it and disqualifies Jericho. Jericho flips out at the end of this match, and all respect to Tim White, he takes the walls, and it's a stiff Walls of Jericho.
Oh, yeah, Timmy White took that.
Timmy White took a brutal Walls of Jericho. Timmy White's career would later be ended by Chris Jericho on accident in a Hell in the Cell match when Jericho threw him into the cage, and Tim got a major shoulder injury that prevented him from reffing anymore. But really fun match, terrible ending. Can't believe they did that on a pay-per-view. That's more of a Raw ending, if you ask me. Yep. But this is what was normal on pay-per-view at the time. AEW really has changed the game. Like WCW did this kind of shit all the time too. Yeah, it's not exclusive to WWE. So WWF, they haven't gotten the F out yet. They're still a couple years off.
We get a Rock promo next. Pretty standard Rock promo.
Pretty standard Rock promo. I thought you had something big to go.
I mean,
I was trying to give you room.
Just pretty standard rock promo, yeah. You know, like the people.
He's like, well, Steve Austin isn't here, and it doesn't matter if Steve Austin's 2 minutes away. It doesn't matter if Steve Austin's in Texas. The Rock
because I've got the people.
Yeah, exactly. Rock is fucking awesome. He's great.
My dude. He as a kid, he was my dude. Like
Austin was my guy, but I love The Rock as well. It's a Hogan Macho Man situation. You just like one of them better than the other, you know. But they were both like top guys, you know, and unlike Hogan and Savage, Austin did not try to keep his boot on The Rock. Like,
right.
He tried to like make The Rock as big as he was, you know, like and he did. I mean, their feud.
And then it turned into a real kind of like friendly competition between the two of them. You know, they were always considered each other friends, but it was also like they both wanted to be the guy.
And something that I'll always say for Rock, you know, no matter what I think of him today or like whatever, like Jericho is the first one to say, like, Rocky's one of the most unselfish dudes that's ever been in the wrestling business. He lifted so many people up. He did jobs for everybody. He that he thought had a chance. You know, if you thought you really had it, he would put you over. And Rock lost quite a lot.
I mean, I think a good. One of the best things you could do is look at like when he finally beat Stone Cold at WrestleMania,
19.
And like he basically just said fuck character and just sat there next to Stone Cold saying like thank you so much,
because they knew it was their last time in the ring together. It was Stone Cold's last match. No, I don't count the Kevin Owens thing. I was in the crowd, Brett. I saw it live. It was awesome. So rad. It was awesome.
I mean, that's just to me like that. I mean, say what you want about him now, but like that's the Rock I remember, man. Like I remember seeing him just break character, and you could see his mouth saying "Thank you so much." Like,
oh God, he sits down and talks to him for a long time.
Yeah.
Also, he takes his vest in that match and wears it the whole match. Yeah. And I think it's a tribute to Stone Cold. Like, I'm Stone Cold now, but like I get to be the main guy. You know, kind of like this is the passing of the torch. Yeah. I was thinking about that watching this match. Is just how Rocky, you know, and then Rocky went to Hollywood very shortly thereafter full time and stopped. He retired. And so very interesting setup here. So you have basically Stephanie, Vince at ringside with Triple H. Shane McMahon's the ref. This is hilarious. This is one of my favorite Shane moments ever, is him being the ref in this match, because he shows his outward bias towards Hunter so many different times in so many funny ways. And we'll get into that.
I have a note for just during his entrance, when he's like, you know, bobbing and weaving, doing his little Muhammad Ali dance in the ring.
Yeah.
Lillian like clearly like puts her arm out because he's about to run
away
into
from
her.
Yeah. Don't touch me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he tells her to get the hell out of the ring. And they've been teasing that Austin isn't in the building. Vince, this is the thing. So Austin had neck surgery. This is like after Austin got hit by the car. He hadn't come back yet. So he's still recovering from neck surgery. He isn't like back in the ring yet. So him being there is a big deal. And
this was like his first appearance, like, because they had been kind of
close to it. They showed him that he had been like on satellite or something when he destroyed the DX bus.
They hadn't shown him like return in front of a crowd yet.
Right. He hadn't been in front of the fans yet. And so he's not really taking bumps or anything yet, but he's like, Austin was such a big star at this point that just the thought you would see him, people would buy a ticket just for that.
Yeah.
Even just
to hear that glass break.
Yep. And so McMahon, this is how confident he is. He gets on the mic and he says, all of you people know that this card is subject to change. I regret to inform you that Steve Austin will not be here tonight. The crowd just boos. Then The Rock's music hits and they forget all about it. That's how hot this product is at this time. It's molten hot.
He just had so much. I hate the word aura.
He did, though. He did. I mean, this is why the word aura exists, is for moments like this.
And then, dude, he would come out, he always had, the most intense look. He's kind of looked like bopping his head back and forth, glistening, oh, man.
It was awesome. And this is really, like I said, it's the height of Triple H. It's the height of The Rock.
I think this is okay, how do I say this? When Rock was smaller, this is my favorite era, because I think watching this match, it really hit me why I feel so disconnected from The Rock now when he wrestles, why I don't enjoy it.
He's movie star vanity jacked now.
Yeah, and it slowed him down too much, because I think what made The Rock so good in the ring was he's not an amazing wrestler,
Not at all.
But he was so fast and so smooth.
Yep.
And he was always going 100 miles an hour.
He also has one of the greatest working punches of all time.
Oh, the People's Punch.
So
that's what made me think of it, was it's early on when he's just he almost slides across the ring, delivering the people's punches. And I'm just God, he was just so smooth.
He was very smooth. Yep.
It was cool,
And he's huge.
He looked cool.
He's huge. Everything he did was very fluid looking.
Yeah.
He wasn't the greatest worker, but he was in a way, he was a great worker. Look, his sharpshooter was terrible.
He was just, he knew how to make use of what he could do. He's always been more personality than technicality.
Yep.
But he knew how to put that personality into his move set. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
it was cool. He looked cool.
He just looked tough as well.
Yeah.
The thing is, his punches looked so real that most of the time when he's kicking and punching a lot, you don't mind, because it looks like he's beating somebody's ass.
Yeah.
And I remember when he was either in loafers or in socks or something. And I remember this one time, I think it's when he did the people's elbow. He runs off and he slides a clock. It looks so bad.
Yeah.
He looks like fucking Michael Jackson as a wrestler.
Yeah.
And he's moonwalking through the ring or something. But
now that he's so jacked, he's too lumbering. You know what I mean? Because to me, The Rock was never a power guy. The Rock was a cardio guy, I guess. You know what I mean?
Well, and that was the cool thing about The Rock, was he was a brawler, but he had stamina. He could do an hour-long match. He could do he could do that shit. And he laid his shit in, and he let you lay your shit in. He didn't ask for the star treatment. He was great at selling, man. He was great. He was great. Face and peril stuff. Rock is great.
Yeah.
No,
Rock has great facial expressions. Before he gets jacked, I think. When he would oh man, whenever Vince would pull one over on him or whatever, that just you would see just burning in his eyes, what the fuck did you just do? You know what I mean?
It's great. It's great.
Man.
And this is prime Triple H and prime Rock. This is
and Triple H guys have beaten his ass the whole match,
and they've already had a years-long rivalry to this point.
Yeah.
trading places.
They brought out great things in each other. Like, as much as
they legit didn't like each other.
Him and Triple H as well, like, had some classic matches. To me, this is one of them.
Yeah.
Like, it was just both guys, like, just working their ass off the whole match. Like, Triple H is hitting those great knees, like, on the mat that he used to do. You know, he's hitting, like, those beautiful, like, combos, like you know, boxing kind of things he would hit, because he had those punches that would come down.
Yeah.
And they just looked like, oh, so powerful.
Well, and he had the taped fist too. So it looked like, you know, like he was.
To this day, my favorite, like, way of tape for the hands or the wrist is like the Triple H, Sami Zayn, Terry Funk kind of like
CM
hand
Punk
tapes. Yeah, I love hand tape.
I do too. I think that always just makes you look a little more legit.
Yeah, makes you look tough as fuck. Like
it does. Like you're gonna brawl. And Raven also did it. But I would say, so this match is largely like just insane unfairness to The Rock, right? So Stone Cold didn't show up to help him.
They're just beating his ass.
Triple H and him are, within like a few minutes, they're DDTing each other and suplexing each other. And they didn't, this isn't the slow prodding Reign of Terror Triple H from 2003 to 2008, where there's a 15-minute.
You got to remember going into it, which it should have been like that too, because going into this, this was what The Rock was so good at. Mm-hmm. I think. I mean, I believe that he fucking hated Triple H.
Oh, yeah.
Or in the McMahons, you know, and they had just screwed him over from WrestleMania. And so he comes out and he is just like, nope, we're fucking going now.
Right.
I'm getting that win. But then they just beat the shit out of it for most of the match.
Well, one thing that I thought was really funny was that every time The Rock got thrown outside, Shane would let himself get distracted very easily by Triple H. And Vince would just beat the shit out of The Rock while he's on the outside, right? So Triple H and Shane are like just having like a casual conversation in the middle of the ring. Like they look like they're just talking about what they did over the weekend and stuff. And then The Rock gets rolled back in the ring and they high five and they hug. And then Triple H covers The Rock. And Shane does like 1, 2, like he does the fastest count ever.
Which Rock, man, he had that timing. He had them reflexes. He did. Good, man.
It would have been so easy to accidentally 3 count him. But
I mean, they're brawling all over ringside, going through announce tables. Like this was back in the era where the main event had both tables had to be destroyed by the end of the main event.
Well, so like the rap on WCW and WWE was the opposite, right? So like WCW had a great undercard pay-per-view and their main event sucked.
Yeah.
And WWE had a very forgettable undercard, and then the main event was the shit. And so they saved everything for the main event. And so one of the high points, Shane gets involved in some of the physicality on the outside. Triple H tried to pedigree The Rock through a table. Mm-hmm. The Rock gets Triple H positioned for a rock bottom. Then Shane tries to stop it.
Shane.
The Rock pulls Shane in. Double rock bottom. Triple H lands on top of Shane through the table. Awesome looking. Very unrealistic, but awesome.
Dude, a fucking rock bottom through the announce table was always sick.
Always a good time. Always a good time.
That's why
the stunner doesn't quite work the same way.
That's why I loved when in the game they made it so you could do the rock bottom on top of the announce table. Like,
yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, the stunner just doesn't look the same through a table, but like
it always looked so badass. But if you think about it,
it would hurt Austin.
Yeah,
like his ass would just be like Jesus Christ.
Like the table doesn't add anything to the stunner; it just adds more to Austin's butt.
Yeah, and his spine. Yeah.
So
Shane's then out of the match. A great spot. Vince then attacks The Rock in the ring from behind. There's no ref. The Rock grabs Vince. Triple H hits a low blow and a pedigree. Vince starts waving at the back for the refs to come down, and this is when our stooge Stooges run down. Patterson and Briscoe. This is hilarious watching them.
Yeah.
Like little puppy dogs wearing ref shirts. They both run down. They both start just kicking The Rock's ass too before they try to count the pin on him. I mean, this is just like
Patterson gets on top of him and just starts wailing on him.
Like... Pat's punches still look great, even in his like 60s. And they're just beating the shit out of The Rock. It's like 6-on-1. The crowd knows what's coming. They're chanting Austin, Austin. Yeah. Triple H goes and gets a chair. He gives it to Vince.
He's so awkward trying to do anything, man. Like the man had like 4 left feet. Like
Vince is the least coordinated man alive.
He hits The Rock with a chair and then trips over him. Like
right, he hits The Rock so hard that he falls over. He has no balance. He has no. Vince McMahon is not an athlete.
Christ,
he was just crazy. He was just willing to do anything.
He was legitimately just nuts.
Didn't have a single athletic bone in his body. No. Austin's music hits. He comes down with a chair.
Oh man, crowd fucking.
Triple H runs down the aisle. He gets hit in the face with a chair. Then I counted them. Patterson, Briscoe, Shane, Vince, and Triple H all take unprotected chair shots.
Which okay, I asked how many shows were based on is Stone Cold going to show up before the end of the night?
Right. We all know he's showing up.
How many people have won the WWF Championship because the main event ended with Stone Cold hitting everybody in the ring with a chair?
Yes. Yes. I mean, leaving. Mick Foley, we see you, buddy. Mick Foley, we see you. And
Vince was like, nobody except for Triple H and Stone Cold can win this title unless Stone Cold comes out and hits everybody with a chair.
Well, to be fair, in the Mick Foley match, Stone Cold hit The Rock with the chair. In this match, Stone Cold hits Triple H with the chair for The Rock. So Linda then walks down looking just dead behind the eyes. I mean, the way she always did.
Department of Education.
Just zombie looks
Nazi collaborator Linda McMahon.
Well, and Vince and Triple H and Stephanie and Shane and I mean, let's count the ways.
Probably the fucking Rock.
Probably the Rock. Who knows? Linda walks down, dead behind the eyes, with slightly less dead behind the eyes Earl Hebner, who had been fired before this. She reinstates Earl, tells him to get in the ring. Rock hits a spine buster on Triple H, hits the people's elbow. Linda tells Earl to make the count. He does. It's perfectly dramatic because everybody had been counting so fast, and Earl makes this very dramatic slow 3 count.
The hero
Rock
count
is your new world champion. The crowd is exploding. The world title, this is like the height of like the title's a prop. Like, how long did The Rock even hold this belt? For like 1 month? Like, maybe. And that's like a decent title reign in this day. He might have lost it a week later or the next night on Raw. But like,
how cool did The Rock look though? Like when he had a title and he'd get up on the rope and do that.
Yeah. Oh God.
Throw that arm up with it, and the title would be like down the back of his arm. You know what I mean? Like
so iconic.
Such a iconic cool shot. You know.
I have in my notes, the crowd explodes. WWE main events in 97 to 2001 are unparalleled. They're like, they just always delivered. It was a long time until AEW topped them, in my opinion. Now I feel like AEW main events.
Oh, AEW.
AEW main events they're different. They're not this clusterfuck of people getting involved. I mean, because the thing about winning the world title in the WWF during this time is like, it doesn't mean you're the best wrestler because there were 75 people involved in the finish. It's just whose side got the better of whose side tonight, you know, kind of thing.
Whereas when it was a heel who had the title.
Yes, but even babyface, I mean, Foley wins the title because Austin hits The Rock with the chair.
Yeah,
you know?
true.
So as Rock is celebrating, Austin's music hits again. Austin drives this F-150 out, towing the blown-up DX bus. And Austin throws The Rock a beer. They kind of tease some tension, and then they both shotgun a beer and celebrate together for the first time ever. Austin looking bow-legged and redneck as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him look more redneck than he looked this night.
No.
Because he's wearing full length jeans. He's not wearing the jorts.
And he wore like the dad cut jeans too.
He wore the boot cut dad jeans. Like, we're gonna go chop some wood, son.
Yeah. Just oh god.
T-shirt tucked in. Like, hey, we got to get home from church so I can get drunk, kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All in all, less than 3-hour long pay-per-view.
It was a quick one.
It was a quick one. It was fun. I would say the standouts were Eddie versus S.A. Rios, Jericho and Benoit, and the main event were the three matches. Under sleeper match of the night was Malenko and Scotty 2 Hotty. Super good match. Very fundamentally sound. Very entertaining. The crowd was just dead.
I mean, I think for me, like, this show was just a good, like, it's a good time capsule into like what was going on. Like,
it's
it was one of the
wrestling.
better shows of the year for me. Like,
yeah.
It was right after that bummer over WrestleMania, and it just
huge improvement over WrestleMania.
Like Backlash 2000 was just, it was fun, man. Like, it
really
just
was
a fun show. Like,
it really was. You really feel the absence, I think, of Mick Foley. I mean, this is like,
yes, yeah.
He had just retired, and so you really feel the absence of him. It shows how pivotal he was, because you still do have Austin, The Rock, Triple H, and you still miss Mick, in AEW right now, Kenny was gone. Kenny Omega was gone for over a year. And I still enjoyed the show just fine. I didn't go, man, I just wish Kenny was here. But I'm doing that with Mick. That's how good he was.
I don't think I felt it as much at the time.
Mm-hmm. It was still new. You were excited about what came after that,
Yeah, I mean, it was, I just, for me, if I had either The Rock or Stone Cold, I was happy, like, when I was a fresh newbie little fan, like, that, those were the dudes, like, those were who you wanted to see every week. And then from there, it became, the tag team division became my favorite fucking thing ever.
Yep. Well, and so,
because this is like right before that era of the tag division really taking off.
The SmackDown 6 and all that stuff too, where it's you're right. Like the Hardys and Edge and Christian and the Dudleys. It's interesting to see them before that now, because they're not the stars that they become later.
Nope.
Not even the Dudley boys, who were probably the most recognized team. Because they had been in ECW a long time and were very over.
This was when they started getting really over in WWE. Because Bubba and the powerbombing women through tables.
By far, that's the cringiest thing of the whole show for me. It's just hard to. I don't enjoy it. Like, it's not a wonder that Bully Ray does. I think watching this makes me go, I'm glad he doesn't like AEW. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Because this is what he likes. So that's fine with me. I would also say some underrated stuff was Crash Holly. Just seeing Crash brought me so much joy.
Yeah. Every time,
Crash.
man. Every time. I just like it makes me think of, remember the Holly family when Molly Holly came in?
Oh God, it was so great.
Her and Crash were like the happy simpletons, and then Hardcore was just like a dick.
And he was just the dick simpleton.
Yeah.
They're all idiots, but he's just the angry, aggressive one.
Yeah.
And
they were great, man. Like, they had good stables. Like,
oh, that was good shit. And I just, by and large, I really enjoyed this show. And I would say definitely check it out if you want a good time capsule piece for really a complete WWEF show from this time.
Pretty much, it's really like the last hurrah almost for the Attitude Era, like from Backlash,
WrestleMania
X7. Yeah, I think it's just the
X7 is the end of the Attitude Era. That's where I think it is the clear line. The minute Austin and McMahon shake hands, it's over, and then you're in this in between upside down world until you get to ruthless aggression.
Yeah.
There is not a direct overlap, I don't think. But my fantasy booking is like, man, what if they gave Jericho Triple H a spot? Because he was just more charismatic. I think he would have been better.
But you know what? Like, I think what made Triple H so good during this era was having him aligned with like the McMahons and all that. Like, it made him a good, like, just evil fucking villain, that like,
it's
like
not to say he was never good. It's just he wasn't. You had, like, when I see him now from this time, I'm not watching WWF weekly. I'm not watching the programming weekly. I see through the act, and I see the parts that needed a lot of work. And he did get better at it. He just never should have been the center of the show. You know what I mean? That's it. It's not, and it's not a diss on him. It's just like you got put in a spot that you kind of weren't cut out for, and it's, oh well, I mean,
when he came back though, after that, when they did the YouTube fucking video package, like, dude, he was running hot, dude. He was real good during that run.
Triple H had some good times. It's mainly for me, it's 2003 to like 2005 when I stopped watching. Like, that was the dog shit days of Triple H. When he didn't put over Goldberg the first time, and he didn't put over Booker T at 19, and he didn't put over, he just didn't put anybody over. Yeah. And he held the belt forever. Yeah, it just sucked. Anyway, Brett, this was fun. I'm glad we did this. We're going to review, so next week we're talking all about Mick Foley.
We're doing a whole episode dedicated to Mrs. Foley's baby boy.
Absolutely. And I'm excited for it because we are both big Mick Foley marks in this.
Huge.
In this house. We are both Mick Foley marks in this virtual house we share.
Huge fans of the Mick.
And then from there, we're going to do an ECW show after, in the episode after that I'm going to pick.
Ooh.
So,
hey. Hell yeah.
That should be a clusterfuck of CTE and cocaine.
I'm so into it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. But we'll feel like bad people afterwards, and that's what we're going for. I'm Blade Daly. You're Brett Michelle, and this has been The Hard Way. Bye.
Yep. Bye.